I know it has been an interesting day, and I threw out the rundown. There are some things that are more pressing to talk about tonight that I think we should talk about. But first, we let some people get in. I hope everybody is having a good night. We had a day now to digest that presidential debate from yesterday. I did a real time live reaction after. I have had some time to think and calm down and smoke and Highland and not have a heart attack and really I want to talk about the debate, the state of this country in general. Um, because it goes further than the debate, obviously. And it goes further than politics. It goes into the mental well being of this country. And I think that is an important thing to talk about because this COVID lockdown has everyone all messed up. That was incredible. Oh, these. Okay, yes, this. Soup. Soup for my family, guys. That's what that is. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. Yeah, that debate yesterday, I said it after, that was shameful. That was an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the American voters. I was not happy with how that debate was going. I was not happy with how poorly that debate was moderated. I seen him on the news wearing hey, you could see a huge. I'm not sure what happened to Joe Biden, guys. I and I don't think either one of them were really landing any arguments. I mean, there was a couple maybe here and there where Joe Biden maybe landed a couple, and then Donald Trump landed a couple, but none of their arguments were really that good. I mean, they really weren't making any points. They were just trying to see who can yell louder than one another. Maybe I'm wrong, but the guy, that was just not there was nothing well articulated about any of the arguments, and people have said this, people have said, who are the people? Cite your fucking sources. Who are these people? Who are these scientists you are talking about? Tell us so we know you're just not making it up off the top of your head. That is the problem with these debates. And then there's people that take everything these politicians say for what it's like. No, they don't have sources. They're talking. They could make it up off the top of their fucking head right now. And then, oh, people have said this. Really? What people, Joe? What people, Don? What scientists, Donald? What people, Joe Biden? Why is the moderator not asking those questions? The moderator needs to ask fucking follow-up questions. These debates are a joke as they sit right now. And as long as these debates are as joke like they are, these candidates who are horrible are going to keep making it through. We've seen it with the Democratic debate. Joe Biden was never the best debater on stage, but he's the one who won. Enough, and it's because moderators do not ask follow-up questions. I mean, how are more people not pissed off about the debate format in this country? They usually try to win undecided. I'm an undecided voter, Luke. I'm a third party voter. I'm a registered libertarian. They should be trying to win me. But they're not going to win me if they can't get arguments. They can't articulate. They're yelling over each other. Well, like, what are you doing, guys? And the moderator, Chris Wallace, man, he should have been asking follow-up questions. And this isn't a Chris Wallace thing. And this is an issue with every presidential debate we've had for a long time now. The moderators do not ask follow-up questions, right? The moderators should be able to cut them off and ask the question, right? Every time, right? Every time someone said, people have said, well, wait a second, what people? We need to know. The American people deserve to know. The voters deserve to know. The people who employ you and pay your fucking paychecks deserve to know what people you are referencing. But the moderator doesn't do that. Never. American politics is a joke because nobody asks serious questions. Nobody. I'm just calling it as I see it right now. If you Do not take these debates seriously. If you don't moderate debates, if you don't ask follow-up questions, you're going to get garbage candidates. We allow politicians to dance around answers, not just during debates, but during press conferences too. And that's why we have all this bullshit right now in Washington. And there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, I think he was sick of them bickering like little kids too. I think America is sick of them bickering like little kids. But, and here's what I want to say. Joe Biden and Donald Trump up there on stage yesterday were very symbolic of America, of the American people, the Democrats and Republicans, and how they bicker with each other and refuse to talk to each other like adults. Instead, hate one another for no good reason other than they disagree with each other on politics. That was symbolic of where this country stands. Donald Trump and Joe Biden on stage should not have taken anyone by surprise because that is symbolic of where this country stands right now. Everyone acts like little kids and argues all the time. It's no wonder our politicians are doing the same during the debate. But we're not ready for that conversation yet. I am very optimistic because I go to these protests, I cover these protests, and it's a lot of young people. And a lot of them are talking about change and have actually good ideas if people would listen on what we could do moving forward. Now, the ideas are not perfect, and these people are not perfect, and they have flaws like every single other human being out there. But the message is clear people are sick and tired. And that gives me a lot of hope. And it is in teacher yelling mode. It gives me a lot of hope for the future of this country because although things are bleak now, I think the younger generations are going to be able to really fix things. I have a lot of hope after this summer. But it is this climate that gives birth to people trying to make martyrs out of, really, really bad people. Trying to make martyrs out of people that use their vehicles as weapons. You see, turning your vehicle into a weapon is inexcusable. Defending someone who turned their vehicle into a weapon on someone who has never harmed them or anyone else is inexcusable. But because of the state of politics and the state of everything else in this country, it's no wonder that people like that are being defended. It's no wonder they don't see anything wrong with their actions. It's no wonder. America has led us to this point. Politicians have failed us. We, as voters, have failed us. We can fix this. It's going to take a long time. It's going to probably take a couple unpleasant years and a lot of struggling. But we will make it through this. We've made it through every bad presidency. We've made it through every bad situation as a country. We've made it through the Great Depression. We will make it through this. This is a bleak time in American history. This is a bleak time in world history. However, I think at the end of this fight, the end of this battle, the end of this struggle, the end of this pandemic, we will come out stronger. We will come out more educated, and we will come out with lessons of the past. Authoritarianism is something we know all too well. It's something America has been teetering with for a while, going back to the Patriot Act being instilled in 2001 after 9/11. This is nothing new, guys. We just need to brace ourselves and be prepared. This is why I am doing a video next week on winter preparedness in Buffalo. But it goes deeper than that. We should be prepared for emergencies. A lot of you guys know I am a prepper. I have MREs, I have food, I have medical supplies. I suggest everybody doing the same. And that's not me trying to scare you or anything like that. But right now, things are very unpredictable, and we should just be prepared for anything that can happen. That breaks my heart. Either side intend to harming another isn't exactly, Cheryl. I don't like violence. I don't like senseless violence. I've spoken out against it every time. However, I am also not going to tell people how to protest. That's not my job. My job is to cover what goes on. And I do a very good job of that. Now, there's people that don't like that I was yelling out a woman's license plate number who hit somebody. To them, I say, I don't like that she hit somebody, and she was a danger to the public, and the public needed to be aware of who that was. So I did what I had to do. I train in disaster relief for my country, always have access. Nice, yes. That's a good thing. Yeah, you know, I don't want to say too much, but I'm pretty well prepared here. And, it's just one of those things. Like, natural disasters are real. We just had people fighting over toilet paper. Prepping isn't unreasonable. Exactly, Courtney. Yeah. Like, people are just fighting over toilet paper. What about when it's food? Honestly, that was toilet paper. What about when it's chicken or milk that we're running out of? And people are fighting and killing each other over that. Because I'll tell you what, like, chicken and food, that's way more important than toilet paper. I'm just being real with you. I mean, not saying toilet paper's unimportant, but chicken and food's a little more important than toilet paper. Guys, we just have to be ready. Um, you know, I know there's a lot of people who expect a big bounce back once COVID restrictions are lifted, but I don't know if that is a guarantee. I don't know if it, and I'm not an economic expert, but I don't know if it's such a guarantee that everything's going to bounce back bigger and better than before. I just usually when an economy stalls out for a minute and this many people are out of work and people like myself who have gone through their savings, um, we don't have that expendable cash, so the economy kind of stalls out for a minute. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I could be 100% wrong, but I don't see the big bounce back because if I wanted to go back into my old line of work right now, I couldn't find a job that even paid two-thirds of what I was making before. So that's a real situation. It's no guarantee this economy is going to bounce back. So I don't think it is that crazy to say, hey guys, buy a little bit of extra soup, buy a little bit. I don't think it's that crazy, and I don't think it's crazy for us in Buffalo to get ready for crazy harsh winters because, as we know, lake effect snow is a bitch. I love snow, but man, I was not alive for the blizzard of '77. I've seen pictures of the blizzard of '77, and let me just say, if that ever happens here, that is again, that's terrifying. That's a lot of snow. So, I just think these are real things we should be prepared for. And when I look at the state of this country and yeah, soup for my family. Uh, but yeah, I think it's very important that we just treat each other decently as well. I think America seems to have lost decency because we disagree with one another on certain things. We should hate each other. I don't like that. It's like if being gay is against your religion, it doesn't mean you have to hate gay people or be against gay marriage. You could just not get married to a man yourself if you're a man. If that makes sense to you, or is that too complicated? If you don't like gay marriage, you don't get married gaily. Does that make sense? Or do we need to put it in simpler terms? Right? If you don't like something personally, no one's making you do it. Um, I think that is something that people forget. Just because there's a couple gay characters on TV doesn't mean they're trying to turn your kid gay. I don't understand it. And well, they're trying to normalize it. Well, because there's actual gay people in the world. Television's a reflection of the world. If it exists, it should be on television. Television, music, pop culture, all that stuff. It is a reflection of the world. But so is politics. And that's why that debate was should not have been so surprising last night. I mean, I was surprised initially, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this is all what people do every day on Facebook is bicker, just like Joe Biden and Donald Trump were doing last night. I just, I'm just being honest with you, Courtney. I don't get it. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. There's things I personally don't like. Right. All right. So I don't like turnips, but it doesn't mean I'm trying to get turnips banned. Right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I'm a little stoned if that's not obvious today. That's but I needed it. It's been a stressful week. And that debate did not help. I mean, yeah, but homophobia is not a legal argument, and that's kind of the issue. And then and then there's one more thing that I see thrown around by a lot of my friends, and they're worried about Roe v. Wade being overturned. Guys, I mean, I, it would be horrible if it was, but I don't see the Supreme Court overturning itself. It doesn't do that. And like they can threaten it all they want. It just where's the place to comment? What's up, George? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, guys, it is just one of those things right now where I the Supreme Court's a big deal, and I think that the Republicans should honor what they said in 2016, which is wait till the presidential election. And that is what I truly believe, because they said it in 2016, and I actually agreed with it then, and I agree with it now. You wait until the presidential election's over for this. Just wait. That's all you got to do. Because I think the American people do deserve a say on election day. I mean, not only that, but we should have another conversation about Supreme Court justices being a lifetime appointment. They're one of the most powerful positions in the country, and they're not voted on. They're appointed, and they're put there for until they die. Anyone else think that's a little messed up in a democracy? I mean, I know this is a republic, right? Technically, this is a representative republic, but anyone else think that's a little bit weird? Is it a place where all the comments are visible? I was on Facebook and now I'm on YouTube. George, that's something I got to figure out moving forward as far as with how the videos go. But yeah, and like we're the Supreme Court. These are some of the most powerful, and like I feel the same way about military generals. Just so you guys know, these positions that are high, powerful, appointed positions in a democracy should be voted on. These people carry more carry more power than a president. Donald Trump, he's in office for 4 or 8 years. What's he going to do in that time? We have politicians in office for 30 to 50 years. We have judges in there for 30 to 50 years. We have generals in there for 20 plus years. I'm just being honest with you guys here. Let's be real. And yeah, local government's a real thing too, Jess. Glumbeck has sat on city council since 1999 and here in Buffalo. That's local politics. 99. Come on. Why does someone need to sit on local government for that long? No, the entire system is stale and moldy. We need to throw the whole loaf out. Change is definitely needed. But guys, like and these are all things like we need to talk about more. Like, yes, the presidential election's important, but so are all these people that just, are in positions that are appointed positions. They're in appointed positions that carry more power than actual elected positions a lot of the time. There's nothing we can do about it. So that's just some food for thought for today, guys. The thing with judges being lifetime appointment is that it's supposed to help isolate them from political ends. I know, and I kind of get that. But at the same time, and I think that's a good point, so I'm going to put that on screen. But at the same time, at the same time, George, I don't think like that's an excuse. I just because the reality is these Supreme Court justices are no longer apolitical, and it's been going that way since the 70s, and it's really kind of sad. Because I agree, I think judges should not be political, but the reality is judges are political now. And the issue with this woman that Trump appointed, and I know a lot of the conservatives like her. The reason I personally don't like her is we have her in an interview saying she will not separate religion from her decision making process when she was talking about the death penalty. And I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow. She was in an interview talking about the death penalty. And she said, well, no, good Catholic would sentence somebody to death. Well, okay. Like, maybe I don't disagree with that statement. However, religion is not supposed to play a part in your decision making, and that alone is enough for you to be impeached. Simply because you are admitting right there that religion is going to play a part in your decision making, and for nothing else. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, but for nothing else, that is why. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yes, I agree. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's all political. I mean, nepotism's a real thing too. We see it in local governments. We see it in our current government nationally with all of his kids working for him. That's nepotism. I don't understand how people say it's not. It's so and I'm not trying to bash Trump. I really don't care about the guy that much. But like that is total that is the definition of nepotism. And people pretend like it's not a thing right now in politics, and it is. Praying before government meetings is also gross, but we can save that. Well, I don't like praying before government meetings either. I agree with that, Jess. And again, it's all because it's supposed to be church. Everything's supposed to be separate. Religion and government's all supposed to be separate. I don't understand why people seem to draw the line. Someone tried telling me the other day, America's a Christian country. No, it's not. It's a country that guarantees freedom of religion in the First Amendment. The First Amendment of the United States Law Code, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, the First Amendment, the very first one, guarantees freedom of religion. Which proves what? What does it prove, guys? Jesus. At the very least, if you're going to pray before meetings, you invite church leaders from every church within that city, all the different sectors of the church within that city to say a prayer, no matter what it is, no matter what. That's the only way it's fair and right. It is the reason why a lot of the European settlers originally came here for religious freedom because they're being persecuted for their religion, yes. It all comes back full circle now. There was a conversation on Facebook, I posted about it. People were talking about, they were worried about creeping Islam and masks are creeping Islam and this and that. And like, but funny that creeping Christianity or creeping Judaism or creeping Taoism is never mentioned. I just think it's funny. I know, Courtney, I know. But all right, guys, I'm going to end this. Thank you guys for coming. I threw out the rundown. I thought we needed an honest conversation today following the shit show bullshit of a mess yesterday. Yeah, Joseph, I agree. Silent prayers are okay. But you guys have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. I love you guys. And check out my Teespring. I'm wearing one of the shirts now. Check out my Teespring if you want to get a shirt, or there's a cool ass tapestry in there with the piano and the rain picture. It's really cool. I'm buying one for my bedroom, personally. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a great night.